Alright, let's start up the run. Oh, oh, yes. Oh, finally. Finally a good option. Tell me there's an early shop that I can go to. There is, kind of. Okay. But not if we want to take 3 elites. If we want to take 3 elites... not a lot of options here. So if we're going to the early shop, we're basically, like, forcing ourselves into this very particular path. Actually, wait, no. We can technically go left, but then we're only getting 1 elite in the act, which kind of sucks. The only way to do 3 elites and a shop is to go here. And then you're talking about 2 elites before fire. And before getting any bonus out of your gold. How many Watcher wins? 12? 12 now. I mean, usually 250 gold for 6 max is, like, almost the holy grail of options. It's incredibly strong, generally speaking. Do you have Guardian at the end of the act? Right, so the question that we have to ask ourselves is basically... yeah, how do we feel about... this? I think there's basically... I'm pretty sure you're always supposed to take 6 max for 250. I mean, that option is just so completely insane. Yeah. 6 max for 250 is completely nuts, right? So, okay. You come here, you come here. Like, this path is pretty good. You get triple upgrade. You do have to take the super elite a little early, but as long as we have, like, a decent potion and, like, a couple of decent cards, I don't think that that's really an issue. So you have to take the super elite early, and then you get triple fire, you get to take another elite, you get to take a shop late and 2 late question marks. But honestly, with the 250 gold start, like, I would not mind going to multiple shops in the act, right? I really wouldn't mind doing that. So, you know, you come here, you get late shop, you get... I mean, this path is genuinely, like, not that bad. The only thing that sucks about it is that you only get 2 elites, right? And all the question marks are late. I mean, the late question marks do have slightly more value. It is true. There's also only 1 fire on this path, which I'm not a huge fan of. Generally speaking, for these, like, smaller kinds of decks, I like upgrades. I think that you a lot of times will have very particular upgrades that are super high value for your deck. And, you know, only being able to get 1 upgrade in the act is definitely not exactly how you'd want to do it. I suppose, yeah, okay, so yeah, you can go left. The problem with going left, like, you get all these upgrades, but then you only get 1 elite, which really sucks. Like, you want to be taking elites, right? Like, you do want to be taking elites, if you can get away with it. And I mean, we can, right? Like, okay, how about we do this? We start here, we come here, and then if we want, we can go left. We can even upgrade before and take 2 elites going this way, or we can take 3 elites depending on what happens. Like, if we get an eruption upgrade here, maybe, which is not, like, impossible for that to happen, right? We can come this way. This is a very safe path, and guarantees that we hit the shop late. But, like, shop early is just so huge, and, like, multiple shops also incredibly huge, you know? Very difficult decisions here. I'm wondering... Yeah, the Super Elite path seems pretty nice. Getting the Super Elite out of the way, getting triple fire, getting 2 elites, like, that seems really nice, for sure. But, you know, we get effectively, like, no bonus here, because obviously we can't do anything with the gold, unless, you know, in the 3% of cases where this is a shop, right? Like, 3% of the time this is a shop, and then, you know, then we actually get value out of this, but... Yeah, 1 hard pull before the elite's usually not that bad. Like, worst comes to worst, you have to use a potion, and, like, we might have to dodge the elite, depending on what happens. It does also technically give us the opportunity to take 3 elites in the act with the late shop as well. Although, like, unless this is exactly an eruption upgrade, I'm not a huge fan of doing that, personally. Just because of how highly I value the eruption upgrade. And this act is very weird as far as the elite placement goes. I feel like it's been a while since I've had an Act 1 where I can just, like, get 3 elites with a fire before the elite. I feel like all my Act 1s recently have not had a 3 elite path where you can take a fire before the first elite. Which is sort of like the ideal path. Ideal path for me on Watcher would be, like, you can take an early shop, you can take a fire before the first elite, you can take 3 elites. And I don't think I've seen one of those in a long time. So I mean, this is just compromise city here. You know, we're gonna be making a compromise no matter what we do. And it's pretty tragic to see this option, but with, like, the only 1 store. Like, I don't know. I feel as though if we're going to commit to 2 elites, then we should just go to the early store, right? I think that that's just the most value straight up. Just going to the early store. And, like, you know, depending on what happens here, we could decide that our upgrades are incredibly important, and we go left here, we take only 1 elite. Like, that might happen. That might happen, depending on what has happened in these floors, right? It's certainly possible. I mean, I think that this option is, like, kind of a no-brainer. It's just, like, so strong. It's stupidly OP. This option. So, yeah, I mean, like this is basically an elite, you know? I mean, I don't know. Random common relic isn't that bad, right? Like, it really isn't. Would I take common relic over transform? That's another interesting debate. Yeah, that's a very interesting debate. Yeah, I mean, I just think gold into the early shop is probably just too good, honestly. It's probably just too good. I hate this fight so much. This is my least favorite easy pool fight. Easy pool. God, it's so bad. Like, here, congratulations, you're just taking 1 billion damage for no reason. Scissors. Scissors. It's floor 1, we click scissors. Long breakdown for the first stream. Yeah, yeah, I mean, it matters, right? It matters a lot, because ultimately, like, pathing, I think pathing is probably the decision that is, like, most overlooked that has the biggest impact, if that makes sense. Don't really need to explain this. These are all clearly skips. Just not good enough. The cards are just not good enough. Flurry of Blows with a Cut Through Fate in the deck. Completely acceptable. Probably even like arguably very positive. Even in a Guardian Act, yeah, Flurry of Blows is just good. Like, Flurry and Cut are kind of like the brothers in arms when it comes to Watcher damage. Together they form a very powerful combination that can't really be underestimated, like how strong that is together. They're also, like, not really necessary upgrades, which is pretty nice. It's nice to get the Cut upgrade. I certainly don't mind it, but it's not like, oh man, I absolutely have to upgrade this, you know? Yeah, definitely click Flurry. Okay, Mental Fortress is here. Pocket Watch, Dolly's Mirror... Dolly's Mirror, not really. Mental Fortress is basically solving our block for the entire run, so you pretty much take that because it says Mental Fortress on it. Do we need to... If we're going on our ideal path here, we do have 1 potion, and we've been to 3 fights, so... 50, 40, so we have 50% potion chance here, 60% potion chance here. So it's very likely that we'll get 1 potion in these next 2 fights. Defend removal is obvious. Don't even need to really talk about that. It's just removing a defend is incredibly powerful. And yeah, Mental Fortress is so strong that you just take it. It essentially just solves your block for the entire run, and that's really good. So yeah, I will click on that. Especially when our deck already has, like, Cut Through Fate and Flurry of Blows, so the damage of the deck is already, like, pretty good, right? There's a world where you click the second Flurry of Blows here. But I think if we're going to another shop this act, that's never really the world that we want to be living in. So yeah. I mean, we never die in these 2 fights. It's pretty much not possible for that to happen with the skill potion. And, like, we can always, like, let's say this, like, if this goes horribly wrong and this goes horribly wrong, then we can consider going left here and resting 1 time. Although we really would not like to do that. Like, yeah, we would not like to do that. And again, with the fact that we're going to another shop probably here, and we have, you know, if we get ambushed, like, we want to be able to remove twice if we get a shop here, so yeah. Am I going infinite? I mean, we don't really have any of the... We have Mental Fortress, so that's, like, a component of the infinite, but you know, we don't have Rushdown, we don't have a 1-cost Calm card, so we can't really say that we're going infinite with the red-blue anyway. But you know, you don't need to go infinite in order to win, right? And like, you know, the idea is that you keep your deck small, number one, to maintain consistency, and number two, to keep the possibility of the infinite alive, right? Thanks for that follow, by the way, friend. You want to keep the possibility of the infinite alive. You don't necessarily need to, like, hard commit to the infinite, right? Like, I think that, you know, whether I was going for an infinite or not, I probably would have done everything that I have done already, like, regardless, you know? I just think that, like, everything that I've done so far is just the logical thing to do in that scenario. Yeah. I think with a 50% and 60% potion chance, I don't really want to buy a potion here. Also, like, none of these potions are amazing. If one of these was like a flex potion, for example, flex potion is probably the highest bang for your buck potion that you can get on Watcher. It's like usually a 30 to 40 damage potion, and it costs 50 gold, which is just crazy good, right? Blessing of the Forge is actually kind of underrated on Watcher because of the Miracle. It upgrades the Miracle, which is pretty cool. So it's like Energy Potion and upgrading the cards in your hand, which is pretty neat. But yeah, I mean, we just... yeah, we don't want to take anything else here. Nothing to mirror. The relics are too expensive and don't do enough. Yeah. This fight, theoretically, is pretty good for us. So, assuming we draw Eruption next turn, we want to be in Calm. If we Eruption, we can play all the attacks in the draw pile anyway, so I would probably Miracle this strike here. Okay, we get an attack potion, that's very good. And we have the opportunity to basically completely solve... attack potion solves every elite. That's why it's so good. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, every single elite is essentially solved with attack potion. We just, like, cannot lose to any elite now. And not even, like, can't lose, but we just won't take that much damage to any elite because of this attack potion. We can... So we've added 2 real cards to the deck. We have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 real cards. And we can add 1 more, or we can skip. Reach Heaven basically does solve your damage completely. Like, if you are ever thinking that you're going to struggle with damage, Reach Heaven basically says, no, you're not going to struggle with damage ever. You're done struggling with damage. And that's pretty good, right? That's definitely solid. Consecrate is also a card that I would consider to be pickable. Anything that costs 0 needs to be considered in some way, right? Because 0-cost cards are scaling cards. Because essentially they scale with draw, right? As long as you can draw into them, you can always play them. Papa! Thanks for the sub, gamer. Appreciate ya. Why purple? Why not? Why not? But ultimately, like, with a cut-through fate already and with a flurry of blows already, I'm just not really into these. I don't think we need them. I don't think that they actually do that much for us. Especially with the attack potion. Like, we just want to take better stuff. Now, there may come a point in the run where I go, okay, I need to click on one of these, but that point has not yet come, right? Thanks for the raid, friendo. Do appreciate it, as always. Big shouts to Papa. Super epic gamer. Purple. Purple. Watching. Yes. Yes, indeed. Wonder what will happen this run? Well, we have a pretty good start. The first 3 cards that we clicked on were Cut, Flurry, and Mental Fortress. And we got 250 gold for max HP, so... yeah. Yeah, I think in the position that we're in, I just don't think that we need these. You upgrade Eruption because you upgrade Eruption. Okay, this has potential to be a scary fight. And it seems like this turn 1 is not exactly tame. This may very well be a skill potion. We do have a 40% potion chance in this fight and full potion slots, so we should certainly use a potion if it's going to save us a significant amount of HP. Yeah, your relics were nuts. Unfortunately, we do not have such luck with the pathing here. The only way to get 3 elites was to do so without going to a fire, like, at all. And you know how I feel about that. And the only way to get an early shop was to not grab the spicy elite, which I very much would have liked to have done with this pathing. So yeah, it was a bit sad. A bit sad, I would say. The pathing could have been a lot better, but the option was good, right? Like, 250 gold start, very solid, very solid. Okay, so if we can kill one of them, that would be amazing. Campfires and shops. Yeah. I mean, 250 gold's great, right? And, you know, 2 elites is, like, not the worst. And, you know, especially, like, these question marks definitely have potential, you know? Dead Adventurer, like, mushrooms, you know. There's a lot of potential in these question marks. I mean, you say that, but, like, Watcher is a lot more delicate in Act 1 than people give it credit for. Like, if you don't see good cards, you know, you are not, like, guaranteed to kill elites at all, you know? Like, if you don't see the right cards, there's a very real chance that bad things can happen to you. Because it's like, with Watcher, it's like you're either dominating the fight or you're dying. There's not really any in between. Yeah, once the Eruption is upgraded, it gets a lot nicer. This fight is incredibly rude. So yeah, we're almost certainly using a skill potion here early. The question is, when do we use it? And the answer is probably just we use it first, right? These are not exactly the cards that I had in mind when I clicked on the skill potion. But I guess we take Wave of the Hand here. It's the only one that actually does anything, so sure. I do think we want to target the Acid Slime first. It can deal 12 damage next turn. Jawworm can't, and it has less health. We really don't want to draw into Eruption this turn, right? Like, yeah, we don't want to draw into Eruption at all. We can just do, like, wave, defend, defend, flurry here, and not take that much damage. Yeah, that's probably good. Take 8. And really hope that this guy buffs next turn. In case he doesn't, we should attack here. And we'll do this. Okay, so the question is there a hand that we can draw that doesn't kill next turn? And the answer is unfortunately yes. He gains 9 blocks, so he goes to 38. Yeah, yikes. Big yikes. Alright, so that fight sucked. We used a potion and we still took 1 billion damage, which is basically the worst possible outcome for a hard pool. That kind of almost makes me want to go left here. But, like, we still do have an attack potion, which should be solving 1 elite for us. But then I am kind of worried about the next one if we don't see another potion. Which we did not receive, by the way, so 50% potion chance here. Yeah, I mean, really the problem with that fight was, 1, our draw order was pretty bad, and 2, the potion basically did very little. And in fact was, like, the Wave of the Hand being in the deck was actually pretty detrimental to us. In the second shuffle through. We could take an Empty Fist here. That's actually pretty reasonable with the Mental Fortress. Especially in a Guardian Act. You know, you need to be able to have some control over your stance. And this is a pretty good upgrade. We could consider, like... We could consider going this way, like, upgrade Cut Through Fate, upgrade Empty Fist here, and then take 1 elite. But 1 elite just feels so bad. Feels really bad, you know? Yeah, feels quite awful. I mean, how good do we actually feel against elites right now, though? Like, not actually that great, right? Like, sentries can do quite a bit of damage to us if we don't draw well. And, you know, if we have to fight 2 of them, like, that's you know, potentially a scary proposition. Potentially a very scary proposition. Like, Knob should be free, pretty much. Do we bottle Cut Through Fate? No, not against the key, right? Not against the key. There's no way. It's either upgrade Cut or upgrade Vigilance here. I think that Cut has a lot of merit, though. Okay, and it was sentries, and they're very healthy. So 20 AoE or 16 single target. 10 AoE or 16 single target. We can kill both of them, right? We can, like, guarantee kill both of them if we do Consecrate. Yeah. So... Empty Fist will one-shot here. We should try to draw a block next turn. Because we're not killing here next turn. Yeah. Might as well do one Relic challenge. Yeah, right. Alright, 5 damage and a potion, not the worst. Very difficult choice here between Meditate and Fear No Evil. I think we have to go Meditate. As much as it pains me, I just think Meditate is going to unfortunately have to be the call here. We have Empty Fist, like, Fear No Evil is better in terms of making the infinite happen, but Meditate is better in terms of, like, you know, just getting... in terms of just getting us to, like, a state where we're actually strong. Because we're not, like, we don't have any... like, our deck sucks right now. Like, we don't have any good relics that are really helping us. We just don't have great stuff, you know? So, yeah, I think we need to take the Meditate. Unfortunately. Very unfortunately. But I do think that it just has to be that way. It also is, like, much better for Guardian. Okay, these are some relics that we might consider buying. Let's start with a removal. And it's probably still a defend removal here. You think about Pen Nib, because Pen Nib actually does a lot here, right? Like, Pen Nib is pretty huge. Also, 17 HP, no potion going into the Guardian. I guess with Meditate we should be completely fine, right? Like, we really should not struggle with Meditate. Yeah, we really should not struggle with Meditate. But Pen Nib is expensive. It is definitely expensive. And, like, what if this is a shop? Well, it's very unlikely for this to be a shop, right? With no potions, I almost want to go to the fight, to be honest. Sometimes you put nib on 8, yeah, for sure. It can't be a shop? No, it can be a shop. Souvenir is also, like, very good for Act 2. Well, no. I mean, but that's just, like, a lie. Like, I've seen, well, I guess there was, in my recent run, there was a fire in between them, but, like... There was a fire in between them, but there was a question mark. There was, like, a shop in a question mark, like, right after a shop. It was, like, shop, fire, question mark, and the question mark was a shop. Why are you playing Watcher often this week? I don't know. I just feel like it. I'm on a streak, so, you know. Oh, only directly after. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, this potentially has some pretty big impact going into Act 2, and we kind of do need some help right now, you know? That's really nice. So now do we think about resting is the question. We have no potion, but I'm a monkey. Okay, very good opening hand. Next turn could be scary. We could go for a reshuffle here. We have a lot of damage. With the pen nib next turn, we have a lot of damage. Yeah, saving Miracle is fine, because it just happens, like, it can happen anytime, right? The point is that we can use the Miracle literally whenever for the exact same amount of damage, or more. Now here we can play Strike, right? We take 4, but this blocks for 14. 14 plus 7 is 21. So yeah, we can... Thanks for that follow, by the way, friend. We can play Strike here. So if we play Vigilance Eruption, we have... This does 28. Vigilance Eruption, we have 3 attacks. No, we have 4 attacks. And we have 4 energy. So this does 9 plus 12 plus 12. So 24 plus 28 plus 9. Yeah, so it's not a kill, right? And next turn sucks. If we play Empty Fist, does the exit happen first, or does the... Whatever, I think we should do this. It is technically possible to get lethal this turn, but I want to kill with only 2 attacks and put Venom on 9. Okay, Establishment is actually a card when you have Meditate. And genuinely, it's probably Tiny House here. This is not really a deck that requires energy. So we have an open potion slot. Money is pretty good. Yeah, a lot of reasons to like this house. Do we ever consider a Protect here, just for some front load block? Works with Establishment. We have a lot of setup now, and no Scrawl or Vault to kind of help that happen. Yeah, no Scrawl, no Vault, no Empty Mind. Probably not, but one can dream. Yeah, so we have our block solution, we have our energy solution. We just need draw now, essentially. We need to take the strikes and defense out of the deck, and we need draw, and we're basically fine. We're a little slow, but yeah, and our potions kind of suck. But we have a lot of gold, so going to an early shop is definitely potentially part of the equation here. We killed Champ already, which is a good sign. Forcing ourselves into the Spicy Elite is the only way to get 3 elites. Would we take Apparitions? I think absolutely. Is Meditate alone enough justification to take Establishment? Yeah, when your deck is this small, absolutely. Absolutely. If we don't take the Spicy Elite now, we will be forced to do so in Act 3. However, we are not very strong right now. Straight up, we are not very strong. So, yeah, I think taking the Spicy Elite in Act 3 is certainly, like, on the table. We cannot go to multiple shops in the Act, which kind of sucks. But we can try to take, like, 2 late elites, which is pretty good. You get, like, 2 late elites, 2 late question marks. Yeah, we really don't need more cards at this point. Well, no, we do. We do need cards. We'd like to see, you know, a rush down. How many? Of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we need significant removal. But really, like, just seeing another boss relic here, like, we just need to survive, really. Yeah. Nemesis we'll have to deal with if that problem, you know, happens. We'll have to figure out how to deal with it, basically. I just don't think that, like, if we had a good potion, I would say that this would be okay. But without a good potion, I just am not... Well, I guess we're going to the shop beforehand. And we can rest. Yeah, no, this is probably... Yeah, it's this... Yeah, no, this needs to be the path. It definitely needs to be the path. I'm just kind of crazy if I think otherwise here. Okay, Deceive Reality. What about Deceive Reality? This is significantly better than Protect. It is a front-loaded block card to maybe help get our powers in play, which I like. Fear No Evil is no longer necessary, is the thing. With Meditate Establishment, we can already go infinite if we find a rushdown, because we have this, right? So, you know, there's legitimately no reason to take Fear No Evil. And with Meditate Establishment, basically every long fight is already won, because our deck just gets cheaper, like significantly cheaper over time. So we need to worry about the shorter fights right now, and worry about trying to find consistency in shorter fights. I mean, we do have a lot of damage, right? We have a Strike plus, we have a Cut Through Fate plus, we have an Empty Fist plus, we have a Flurry of Blows, and we have a Pen Nib. So we have a lot of damage right now. What we don't have is, like, any kind of block. Which is potentially an issue, you know? Find a rushdown? Yeah. Yeah. Find a rushdown, find a vault, find a scrawl. These are the things that I would like to do. Yeah, we did not take elites in Act 1, which, yeah, stance swap is our block. It's true. It's true. Yeah, I mean, as soon as we get Mental Fortress in play, yeah, there may come a time when I'm going to want to take this, but I think that it's actually potentially detrimental going into this elite anyway. So, yeah, I think we just skip here. Okay, this fight, in theory, is okay for us. I say that, and then we're getting wrecked here. It's actually not that bad, though. Is it Cut Through Fate Empty Fist, or is it Vigilance Empty Fist? It's probably... Yeah, it's probably Cut Through Fate Empty Fist. Sanctity? Sanctity is a draw card, notably. Which means that we do actually go infinite with removals, because Cut Through Fate... Well, actually, no, Cut Through Fate Sanctity isn't an infinite, because Sanctity is conditional, right? So it doesn't actually count. Yeah, it doesn't actually count. This is an advanced hallway now? Thanks, game. Thanks for the 10%. We don't need another Mental Fortress. We won't probably ever need another Mental Fortress, and we certainly don't need one right now. So, yeah, I would pass on all that. Just feels like Sanctity is unnecessary. We really just want to... We just want to add, like... I mean, maybe we're being too idealistic here. There's definitely potential that we're being too idealistic. I mean, I don't feel very strong right now, you know? We have a lot of base cards, and... Like, the stuff that we have outside of the base cards is quite strong, but it's... We just have, like, too many base cards. Like, if we had 2 more removals at this point, I would feel pretty good about where we're at. But, you know, sans those 2 removals, it's, Thanks for the gift, Ivarka. Appreciate you. Yeah, we can probably find better draw later. It's true. It's true. We are going to a shop as well. Oh, great. It's Avocado Rat. Isn't that fun? Aren't we all so happy to see Avocado Rat here? So is this a rip Snecko oil and pray kind of moment? That is the question which we have before us. Genuinely could be a rip Snecko oil and pray moment. It could really screw us over, though. Like, really screw us over. But technically, like, Meditate's supposed to be pretty good with Snecko. Yeah, I think if we're ever gonna get value out of Snecko oil, it's gonna be now. Okay, we didn't hit, like, any of the stuff that we actually wanted to hit, which is a bit unfortunate. We were really hoping to hit Mental Fortress here. And... yeah. Why is the relic bar so thin? The Act 1 pathing was just really cringe. And our first shop didn't super deliver in the way that we wanted it to, and we also kind of got, like, screwed over and we also have the blue key because Bottled Flame was in the chest. So yeah, several reasons. Several reasons. Okay, so we do have 4 energy. So we can play, like, Empty Fist, Strike, Defend, Meditate here. Do we also want to use the Weak Potion is the question. We have the Super Elite coming up, you know? That's no joke. Like, we're probably going to have to buy a potion for the Super Elite here. What's up, Crispy? How's it going? Yeah, I wish. I mean, Weak Potion saves us 5 HP this turn. And... yeah, not really much else. I mean, we're just taking 1,000,000 here. We're almost certainly going to have to rest here, which is okay, because we don't have any, like, ultra high priority upgrades right now. Yeah, there's no hand which doesn't kill, and I want to try to get Penib on a slightly better number. Okay, no potion and garbage cards. Definitely going to... We're gonna be resting here. We definitely need to look at cards. Okay, talk to the hand, empty mind. Probably just Empty Mind. Empty Mind is pretty incredible. It's kind of like everything that we need, just accelerates our cycling in a pretty major way. It procs Mental Fortress. Just does really everything that we need right now. Yeah. Yeah. Empty Mind seems fairly clear. If it wasn't Empty Mind, it would be Talk to the Hand, but I think Empty Mind is far superior. Okay, do we take Tantrum? We definitely take Flex Potion. There's no doubt that we take Flex Potion. What about Nunchaku? We also have to remove, right? Removal is basically completely a necessity at this point. I mean, we don't need Tantrum, right? Are we removing a Defend? I'm guessing the answer is yes. If this is Slavers, it's very scary. Definitely need to do this, no question. Removing Strike or removing Defend? I mean, we do have, like, we have setup. We have... Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of exits, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 exits now. Yeah, I think it's probably still defend, especially with the Mental Fortress. Yeah, no, we never take Like Water here. Like Water is basically a card that is completely invalidated by Mental Fortress. Mental Fortress is just like Water, but 1,000 times better, and Like Water is... We already have 2 powers in a 15-card deck, which is, like, kind of a lot, especially when you don't have a Vault or a Scrawl to help you get set up. And, like, no... Yeah. Would we value Weak Pot over AoE Pot here? Yeah, so that's a question that we can ask ourselves. Yeah, we have no Relic Bar at all, which is pretty brutal. But with the rest and the Flex Potion, we should be able to do this. The rest of the act gets a bit sketchy, though. That is definitely the case. Yeah, a bit sketchy, for sure. Yeah, Weak Pot into Gremlin Leader and Book of Stabbing is pretty good. Explosive Potion is also pretty good into Gremlin Leader. But yeah, I don't want to buy a potion here, just to... Yeah, no. Yeah, no. No. And as much as we really want to upgrade the Empty Mind, I do believe that we have to rest. Okay, it is the worst possible outcome, which is Strength Book of Stabbing, so that's fun. We need this Pen Nib, so I don't actually think that I want to do the Flurry here. Unfortunately, we take another wound. We basically have to find a kill next turn. We could Flex Potion this turn with the Pen Nib, but I think we were going to want to Flex Potion next turn. If that's even necessary. It may end up not being. So yeah, I think we're gonna be able to do this without the Flex Potion. 10 times 5, by the way. That's a fun number. So if we play Eruption... So we have effectively 5 energy to work with this turn. These do 36 plus 4, so this is 45. 45 plus 14 is, or 45 plus 28 is 73, and then strike plus kills. So if we cut into Empty Fist, which we're guaranteed to be able to do, it's lethal. I think. Yeah, I think it's guaranteed here. Eruption is a powerful card. Okay, so 18 plus 12 is 30, 30 plus 28, and then plus the 4 from Flurry, so it's actually exact lethal. Yeah, 30 plus 28 is 58, and then 62. Sundial. Okay. And... yeah, Sundial's quite nice. Talk to the Hand comes upgraded. The problem that I currently have is that we have no... yeah, I mean, it's probably just foolish to not take it, honestly. It's probably just incredibly foolish to not take it. Our next shop removal is 150? That's brutal. Yeah, we have no Vault, we have no Scrawl right now, which is the main issue, and we still have all of our base cards, which is also a problem. But yeah, it seems foolish to not take Talk to the Hand. Okay, with Anchor, I probably feel pretty good about going to the Elite. Yeah, with Anchor, I feel good about going to the Elite. And we really need this Empty Mind upgraded. Let's... We don't need another Meditate. Eventually this deck is going to get to the point where we can just play Meditate every single turn. So yeah, we don't need another one. Yeah, Watcher Streak's still going. We're at 12 right now. And looking okay for 13. Definitely not solved yet, but we do have Green Key and a fairly strong deck. We're just, like, behind on removals, and we don't have any vaults or scrawls in a relatively setup-heavy deck. So, Fasting, the best beta art in the game. I'm personally a fan of Deva form. I also think the Wraith form beta art is really good. Watcher has a lot of great beta arts. Like, look at this. This is so cute. This is so cute. And look at this funny pun. Consecrate. Get it? Crate. Alright, that's enough. Okay, so we really only have one upgrade in the deck that actually matters, and that's the Empty Mind upgrade. Every other upgrade sucks. These cards, yeah, we just don't need them. And yeah, I think we continue, like, even if this is a shop, we're pretty happy. And, like, we'll go here. Ideally, we'll take another elite in the act. Yeah, here's the shop. Which, again, we're not unhappy to see, because it's just another removal. And removals are quite good. Like, if we get all of the base cards removed from this deck is super nuts, right? Like, super nuts if we get all the base cards removed. Which is not, you know, incredibly likely to happen or anything, but it can happen. And with Talk to the Hand, we certainly remove the last defend here. And you might say, but Merle, Tantrum. And to that I say, no. Tantrum actually just doesn't really do that much here. If we had Rushdown, then maybe, but like without Rushdown, Tantrum's just not actually accomplishing much. Removal is much better. So this will do a lot. Not enough though, right? It's 4, and then this will do... It's gonna be 36, so it'll do 18. So yeah, not quite enough. We do probably want to go into Wrath, though. Maybe it's just worth taking the 2. Yeah, let's go with it's worth taking the 2. We don't even have to take the 2 if we don't want to, right? But I'd like to stay in Wrath. Well, staying in Wrath can actually punish us pretty hard, right? No, I'm saying what if we go into Eruption? Like, if we go into Wrath here? We could knock the bird, technically. If we're into that. Oh, we can just play Vigilance first, right? And we'll use the skill potion next turn if we need to bail out. I mean, Sundial doesn't actually matter that much here, to be honest. We don't even really have the draw to make it function like we would want it to. These are garbage. Power Potion... I mean, if we're trying to take an elite here, which I do think that we are, because this, and because we have full potions, Power Potion is definitely not as good as these, so... yeah. Yeah. Oh, you were talking about the Tantrum beta art. I completely missed the memo on that one. Yeah. Okay, Book of Stabbing wants to be mean to us yet again. Use skill potion or take 5. We don't have a really high potion chance right now, right? So I'll take 5. There's potential that we might even need to use it next turn. Yeah, like we didn't find Mental Fortress, so should probably use it now. I guess it's just Empty Body. Are we striking here? Overplaying Establishment? No, probably not, right? Okay, Duality is actually kind of awful when we only have one card that actually says block on it in our deck. But that could potentially change. Does Duality mean that we want to take Protect? Not yet. Not yet. But there may come a time. There may come a time. But certainly not yet. Liquid Memories is also a great potion, and we did get Potion Replenished, so that's quite nice. These cards suck. We move on. This needs to be upgraded. And if we need to, we'll use a potion in this fight. I don't think that we'll need to, though. Does duality stack decks if combined with artifact? Yes. So if you use an artifact potion, if you use an ancient potion at the end of a turn where you've played a ton of attacks, then yes, you will retain all of that dexterity. That is how that works. Right. Okay, so we're gonna become weak here. I don't think we really care. Yeah, we just have to go now. No vault or scroll sucks. Like, really sucks, but what are you gonna do? Cultist Potion, also not that great. Yeah, I mean, we really haven't taken that many elites, right? We've only taken 3 elites, so it's not really reasonable for us to expect to see Vault or Scrawl. I mean, it is relatively likely that you'll see at least one Vault or Scrawl in the first 2, or in the 2 boss combat, like, reward screens, but yeah. If our boss relic is good, we're gonna be in really good shape here, I think. P-Box, Astrolabe, Pyramid, Empty Cage. We really don't need an energy relic right now. Yeah. Just P-Box, Astrolabe, Pyramid, Empty Cage. That's really it. Empty Cage would be amazing. Empty Cage would be... We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 real cards right now. We actually might... Well, the problem is that we don't have enough draw cards. Like, we would definitely take more Empty Minds. We need more draw right now. Yeah, Cultist Potion is, like, nice against Time Eater, but probably unnecessary. Against Time Eater, we're probably... Well, yeah, Time Eater's a little bit tricky for the deck right now, but we have a lot of time to find out how we're going to kill Time Eater, basically. And, like, the other bosses are pretty easy. The Heart is fine as long as we can survive the first cycle, and the Act 4 elites should be okay as long as we can... Like, we'll probably try to have, like, a potion solution for Act 4 elites. And then we should be alright. Okay, there's Pyramid. You pretty much click Pyramid because it says Pyramid on it. Means that we don't have to redraw cards every single turn, which is very nice. And it also means we only need 2 removals in order to go infinite. So, yeah. Pyramid is Pyramid. I think it's probably just here, decide whether or not we're going to this shop. And then... Yeah. Just here, and then we decide. This enemy is pretty annoying, and... Okay, Gambler's Brew is very good. Probably better than Liquid Memories. Oh yeah, we should talk about elites, right? Like... Reptimancer shouldn't be a huge problem for us. Giant Head is completely a joke, and Nemesis is very scary, but we do need to keep the Flex Potion for Nemesis, I think is the idea. The Flex Potion plus the Pyramid will do enough to, like, we can, if we, yeah, the Flex Potion is our Nemesis solution, basically. But we probably don't want to take more than 2 elites in the act. Do we have any necessary upgrades? Not really, right? No. We just want removals. We probably want to spam as many events as possible. Falling... If Falling takes, like, Mental Fortress, Eruption, and Empty Mind, we're really sad, but, I mean, honestly, Falling could take, like... I mean, there's a decent chance that it hits a Strike. Well, yeah, any of our skills... We only have 3 skills, and they're all bad. We only have 2 powers, and they're both really bad. And... Yeah, okay, so Falling sucks. Unless it takes a Strike, in which case it's very good. Kind of an interesting dichotomy there. Yeah, Gambler's Brew versus Liquid Memories is, pretty big. Pretty big, Giant Head is usually a joke. For Watcher, 100%. If your Watcher deck is dying to Giant Head, you have gone terribly wrong somewhere. There's really no excuse for your Watcher deck to die to Giant Head. Yeah, no excuse. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So with 11 cards, with 10 cards, yeah, so we need 2 removals, which... Oh, we only got 174 gold, which means we can't remove here. Oh, we low-rolled the gold. Okay. So if we can't remove here, then we certainly do not want to go here. It's probably, like, here, 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 and then probably, like, up here, I would say. Unless this gives us gold. Yeah, Gamble Brew versus Liquid Memories. I think that the early turns are our biggest problem, so I do think that Gamble Brew is slightly better than Liquid Memories. Okay, this is amazing. Very, very, very happy to see this one. And yeah, free strike removal is crazy good here. Crazy good. Orange pellets when? Yeah, pellets with duality is nice, but the thing is that we only have 1 block card, so it's not even that good. No, we don't want to get rid of Establishment, because Establishment is, like, how we win the run. Just strike. And yeah, because we can't remove here, we're 1 gold short, we never want to go here. Thank goodness for this anchor. If we were worried about block, we could consider halt here. But I think where we're ultimately landing is that we're not worried about block. Yeah, we're just not worried about block. Yeah, would be crazy in another deck, for sure. But we want to keep this deck real clean, right? And we just don't need it. Interestingly, the defense would be a lot better than the strikes now. But what are you gonna do? What's your spiker solution? Well, we just killed a spiker, so... that's our spiker solution, I guess. The Abacus. Or do we just take a removal? We probably just take a removal. How likely is it that we get 200 gold? Pretty unlikely, right? Like, pretty darn unlikely. But I mean, the removal gets us down to 9 real cards, which means that we can go infinite in the heart fight. So, yeah. Average gold per elite is 30. Yeah, average gold for a hallway is 15, and average gold for an elite is 30. So, like, unless we get an old coin from one of these elites, we can never remove here. We can, like, buy something if we need to. Like, potentially a potion. Like, we might need to use a potion in one of these fights, right? And we need potions for Act 4. For insurance in Act 4. We definitely need potions. So, we're probably not going to be... this is probably our last removal. Which, yeah, I mean, it's just going to have to be. Just going to have to be. Unless we get a removal, you know, in one of the question marks. Okay, this fight's too scary. This fight might cost us gold, which... or might cost us a potion. And also is probably gonna cost us quite a bit of health, because they hit you for a lot on turn 1. So... yeah. It's just not worth it, I don't think. And I really don't think that we want to take the 3 elites either. We really don't have any upgrades. The only upgrade that we would potentially take would be, like, Vigilance. But, like, basically every other upgrade sucks completely. So that is somewhat of an argument for going here, but, like, maybe we just rest. And it sounds really weird, but... best case relics, yeah, bag of prep would be huge. I mean, maybe we're just... well, okay. We do have the sundial set up. We do have, you know, good potions. But the thing is, I don't want to face Nemesis twice. Because, like, the worst case scenario is that we face Nemesis twice, we get bad pattern twice, and we don't have a potion to fall back on the second time, right? So yeah, I don't want to face Nemesis twice. So let's not face Nemesis twice. If we're upgrading, it's probably just Vigilance. Yeah. We could Recall. Like, genuinely Recall is actually just fine here, probably. There might be a card that we want to upgrade. Yeah. Let's Recall. Let's Recall. Okay. Yeah, so now, like, there's just infinite here. Because we can do... Wait a minute. Yeah, if we have 2 statuses, we'll have 11 cards. But we do, like, Cut Through Fate. And then, like, picture, so we have, like, 2 statuses here. And then we can do, like, you know, Eruption... Empty Mind, and then we just have to Cut Through Fate, and then we can do like Vigilance, Empty Mind if we want to block a little bit more. Like, yeah, this is basically the infinite now. And I guess we'll kill this thing. Actually, no, I don't want to bother. This is so slow. This is gonna take so long. Yeah, let's just wait it out here. Yeah, we've already gotten the achievement a long time ago. I've probably killed the transient more times than most people have, like, won runs. Like, it's a pretty common occurrence to be killing transient here. So the only thing we want to do now is just, like, put Sundial on a reasonable number and put, like, Pennib on a reasonable number. It's really difficult to decide which number is best here. I guess we'll just do 9, like, whatever. Garbage. Okay. Repto's scary. But ultimately shouldn't be that much of a problem here. Okay, we definitely want to end in calm. No, we're gonna have energy next turn because of Sundial, so we don't necessarily need to end in calm. Taking a little here, but that's fine. The important thing is that we didn't take any wounds. Eight gaming. Did somebody say something about old coin? Pog? I'm pogging for old coin currently. Card remove coin? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna spend 200 gold on a card remove and it's gonna be awesome. Regen pot not better than our current potions. Our health is relatively irrelevant, especially when we can rest twice if we need to here. Oh, 3 energy. I'm telling you, energy relics on Watcher are like super cringe. I'm genuinely quite happy when I don't see energy. Wait, was this another run where we didn't see energy? What were the relics? No, I think we took House over energy, right? We took House over Philo. Yeah, it was like House, Philo, and what was it? Black Star? What was it? Bark. Okay. And then it was like Snecko, Pyramid, and something else. Yeah, House is great. Yeah, we don't need. Meat on the bone, man. And gold. And a blood vial. Thanks, Matryoshka. Ah, yes. That's right. That's right. It was the Relic upgrade. And we don't even face the Nemesis, so... Joke's on you. Are we actually in meat on the bone range here? Do we want to take damage? I think we want to take damage, right? How much damage precisely do we want to take is the question. Half of 67 is... So we have to go to 33 here, which means we need to take 6, which means we need to block for 7. We can't block for 7, but we can block for 6, right? Yeah, we can block for 6 with Mental Fortress. But I don't think we can block for 7 exactly. No, it's at or below 50%, so 34 is technically 1 HP over 50%. No, it rounds down. I mean, that doesn't matter anyway. It's, yeah. Yeah. At or below 50%. So it has to be, like, if it's at 50 point whatever percent, or like 51%, yeah. Yeah. So I think we just go Mental Fortress, Meditate here. Did I watch Arcane? No? What is Arcane? I don't even know. How'd the deck get this small? Okay, that's pretty easy. So, we only added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards the entire run. So that's number 1. And number 2, we have removed at the shop, 5 times? Yeah. We've removed at the shop 5 times, and we have gotten 1 removal event. Oh, I don't have Netflix. I'm gonna alienate myself from a lot of people right now, but I don't have Netflix. I'm not a huge League of Legends fan, and I'm not that into anime. So that's definitely gonna upset some people, but yeah, it's a pretty sick. This deck is pretty cool. How dare you? I'm so sorry, everyone. Yeah, I don't know why I've been stuck on this turn for so long. Meat on the bone, man. All right. Ooh, Omamori is actually nice. Prevents us from having to lose max HP here if this is Winding Halls, and also prevents us from the Ultra Nightmare scenario of either Wheel of Change giving us a curse, or the Ultra Nightmare scenario, which is Match and Keep, forcing us to take either Pain or Normality. Which does, like, instantly kill you. 999 gold is no longer possible, that's correct. That can only appear on floor 40 and earlier. So basically, like, only the first few floors of the act. We're on floor 44 right now, so 43, 42, 41, 40. So it can only appear in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 floors of Act 3. Yeah, we don't take these. And we move on. Thanks for that follow, friend. Ah, look, it's Rushdown. Rushdown is a card. Some would say a good card. We have the opportunity to remove for 200 and 225 gold, though. But we would have to... We'd have to high roll gold from here or get gold from here. And now this turns into Sleeping Simulator. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about the Rushdown. We're also gonna have to talk about potions. Yeah, we have to talk about potions. Because we are still not completely out of the woods for Act 4 yet. Yeah, not completely out of the woods for Act 4 yet. Mummified Hand is nice, but we don't really have the draw to actually, like, support it right now is the thing. I'm thinking, so what I'm thinking here is that we may have to use the Gambler's Brew in either the Elite or the Heart. The problem is, if we need to use it in both, then we could be in serious trouble. Because I feel as though if we go into the Heart fight on full HP, we're going to be okay here. If we do not go into the Heart fight on full HP, I am somewhat fearful for our safety. Removing certainly helps. And probably removal is the best thing here. Rushdown, I think, only slows us down, realistically. I think that Flex Potion is just, like, not actually that great, though. And the reason that I don't think Flex Potion is that great is... Well, maybe it could kill an Elite on turn 2. Like, it doesn't really do that much in Act 4. I don't think... No, we don't need it. We don't need it. We have Infinite even with this removal. I mean, even with the deck in its current state, we're fine. We can Infinite without the statuses, or with the statuses, because we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in our deck that are real cards. So we can go Infinite even with 2 statuses, because the Infinite that we currently have only requires that we have 11 real cards. So yeah, we can go Infinite with 2 statuses here. That's not a problem. Yeah, we'll see. This was a relatively short run, so we'll see what's going on after this, for sure. I'm not entirely positive what we're going to be doing after this. It will be something. I don't know I don't know what it will be, but it will be something. We might even try to play some Rocket League. Been kind of having the urge to play some Rocket League on stream for a while. Yeah, I mean, Kunai certainly not. Doesn't really help us. We only are really interested in things that are going to help us on early turns. Right. That's the idea, is that, like, you know, perhaps we take Orrery because Orrery can be like another draw card. Like, it can be a Scrawl, it can be a Vault, it can be another Empty Mind, which would be really good. I would probably yeah. Well, those are really the only ones, honestly. Scrawl, Vault, and Empty Mind are basically the only cards that I would take from here. And the chances that we see Scrawl, Vault, or Empty Mind, with two of them being rares and one of them being an uncommon, like, very low, actually, even in 5-card rewards from here. The problem is that we really don't have that much more to do. If we remove here, the thing that I'm thinking about is potentially taking a potion into the Act 4 shop, or, like, being able to buy a potion in the Act 4 shop, rather. Maybe we want this Liquid Memories over the Flex Potion now. There's certainly a case to be made for Liquid Memories over Flex Potion. And again, the reason is that the only thing that Flex Potion is actually doing here is helping us to kill Time Eater. But I really don't think that we're gonna struggle versus Time Eater. We can play Vigilance, like, a ton of times. Like, we can really block in if we need to, you know? And we have pretty decent damage with, like, you know, we can Wrath, Empty Fist. Like, we have a lot of damage when we want to pour on the damage. So, yeah, I really don't think the Time Eater is going to be a major issue here. And it's only a 50-50 that we get Time Eater even. But that's not really... You know, that's not anything to consider. I mean, you should, basically, if you're playing Ascension 20, you should always assume that you're going to have to fight the worst boss combination for you. Unless, of course, you're in a really, really horrible position where you essentially have to just play as though you're not going to get like, you have to play to your outs, and you have to play as though you're not going to get the boss that's really bad for you. But, like, if you're in a decent spot, you need to say, okay, I need to be prepared for whatever boss is coming, essentially. What's up, Durako? How's it going? Gamers, indeed. We're about to remove for 200 gold. Is that not, like, the coolest thing? Remove for 200 gold is so pog. I think this slows us down more than it helps us. And yeah, I do think Liquid Memories over Flexpot here. So, we could heal to full here, for free with Omamori. But yeah, I mean, there's not really any reason to. Mainly because we don't actually have any upgrade that is like, well, I guess we could upgrade Vigilance, and we probably will upgrade Vigilance, but like that's only one upgrade and we're going to 2 fires probably. Although we could go this way, I guess, technically. I don't know, whatever. We're fighting the boss. Ooh, slimes actually kind of suck for us, but it's not that big of a deal. Lol. Get in there, Mercury Hourglass. Ooh, Cloak Clasp is actually quite nice for the heart. Just like guaranteeing that we'll get some block on like turn 2 of the heart fight. Not too shabby. Not too shabby, genuinely. And also, what started off as a very anemic relic bar has turned into one that is not quite so sad. 15 relics is not that many, I suppose. Okay, so fire versus question mark here. I mean, we have Omamori, so we're protected. Actually, no, but this could be falling. Yeah, we don't want falling to. The relic quality is relatively high. Turnip. Oh, turnip also helps versus the heart. Turnip is another thing that does pretty well against the heart. Yeah, I think we're in very decent shape right now. Very decent shape. Any exploders? With the sundial, we actually don't even need establishment to go infinite. More garbage. Falling to remove eruption. Yeah, we kind of need eruption for time eater. We definitely need eruption for time eater. Let's hope we don't have to fight time eater though. That would be very sad. I would cry. Good double node. Do a little cheeky double node here. A little cheeky, cheeky double node. Just kidding. We're not gonna double node. We don't even have a reason to, because our upgrades are completely worthless. I mean, we're probably gonna rest, just because our upgrades, like, Establishment is actively bad, and Flurry does literally nothing. So, we'll probably just rest here. We will game ethically here, because we can. And actually, recently tuned in, would like to know why you don't have artifact remove other than talk to the hand. Is infinite so certain that you know you don't need any weak or vul? Not trolling, generally interested. Yeah, didn't think it was a troll at all. Letting them live, of course. You have to be ethical. So yeah, we don't need artifact strip because with our potions. So the idea is that we have curated these potions specifically in order to make sure that Act 4 is as smooth as possible for us. And with these potions, we are virtually guaranteed to not have any issues in Act 4. And yeah, we don't need to worry about applying weak or dealing with the vulnerable from the heart because we have these potions. The only thing we really need to worry about is just drawing on turn 2, and yeah, basically because the deck is so small, these potions essentially guarantee that we're not going to have any issues here, even though we don't have any of the good accelerator cards like Vault or Scrawl. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Where was I? Right. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that we can play Vigilance at any time here. Doesn't cost us any energy. Yeah, happy to provide the explanation there, friend. This is a type of run that we end up doing a lot here. Essentially, my philosophy for playing the Watcher is Watcher's starting deck is incredibly strong, and if you are able to only add a very select few super strong cards to that starting deck, you can keep it very small and open yourself up to the possibility of going infinite in a variety of ways. And even if you do not go infinite, you are probably still going to end up with a deck that is able to play the same very powerful turn over and over and over again, and that essentially wins you the run. So, yeah. Another reason to keep your deck small is that single copies of very powerful cards are going to have a larger impact when you pick them when your deck is small. So for instance, like Vault and Scrawl, right, are basically Watcher's two best cards in terms of being able to accelerate your deck, right? And when your deck is small, it's just increasing the chances that you're able to draw into Vault and Scrawl as early in the fight as possible, right? And this is important because, like, essentially, if your deck is good, playing Vault or Scrawl should essentially instantly end any fight, right? If your deck is solid. So the idea is that the faster, like, the earlier that you can guarantee that that happens, the better. We're gonna do a little bit of damage to these guys. Not too much. Just gonna rough them up slightly. Do not be alarmed. We're not killing them. Thanks for the follow, friend. Do appreciate it. Why not go into Wrath? Well, because we have to play Empty Mind anyway. So it's actually faster to do it the way that I did it, I think. Because like we'd have to play like Eruption, like it's just faster to do it the way that I did it, basically. Goodbye. Oh, thank God. Again, not that this deck loses to Time Eater. We do not lose to Time Eater. I want to be very clear. This deck does not lose to Time Eater, okay? It's just much, much more annoying to fight Time Eater. Yeah, I would say generally speaking that's true. There are some decks that absolutely obliterate Time Eater, but like will lose to the Awakened one potentially. I mean, Time Eater and Awakened one are sort of, in a way, like polar opposites, because Time Eater demands that you get a lot of value out of your cards. And usually, like, Time Eater demands that you get a lot of value out of each card play, right? And generally speaking, the way that you want to do that is by playing powers. And, like, playing powers, powers are usually the cards that give you the most value from a single card, right? But then, obviously, powers are not so great against the Awakened one. Yeah, that is also true. If you are a deck that does not have a ton of artifact strip and needs to get down, like, either a Talk to the Hand in order to survive, or like some poison, if you're silent and you just don't have the artifact strip, then yeah, potentially Donu and Deka can be problematic. Yeah, so that's why it's very important to, like, This playstyle is very consistent, but also very much on like a knife's edge. There are a lot of pitfalls, a lot of mistakes that you can make, and the point is that like you can luck into this in a lot of different ways, right? But you know, there are a lot of things that you need to do correctly, consistently, in order to... I don't really care about pen nib setup going into the elites. There are a lot of things that you need to do correctly, consistently, in order to, like, ensure that you're going to win a very high percentage of runs. Again, establishment upgrade actively bad, so we'll just upgrade Flurry, even though it basically does nothing. And... technically speaking, Sanctity might be marginally positive. Shame we can't remove for 225. That would have been really fun. These potions are not very exciting. I suppose we could take Art of War. Maybe it'll do something at some point. No, Flash of Steel doesn't really accomplish anything. It's not necessarily detrimental in any way, but it doesn't actually do anything for us, if that makes sense. Yeah. One block which we don't need, really. So yeah, I guess we'll just utilize all of our gold to purchase an Art of War here. Okay. Interesting opening hand here. The smallest deck that I've had and killed the heart is 4 cards, including Ascender's Bane. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like this art. The beta art on Mental Fortress is also quite nice. It's pretty funny. But I think this art is, like, really nice and clean, so... Yeah, Watcher, and yeah, rush down Eruption Vigilance, or rush down... I think I've done this multiple times. I think I've done it like 3 times now. 2 of them were rush down Eruption Vigilance, and one of them was Tantrum rush down Vigilance. Or no, one of them didn't have... Yeah, one of them wasn't Vigilance at all. It was blocking with the Abacus, and it was like Inner Peace. Opinion on Tantrum? Tantrum is a card that you absolutely click early because it is like a single card damage solution in a lot of cases. But once you have a solid damage core, and if you're reasonably able to cycle around to Eruption, like consistently within the first, say, 2 turns of every combat, you probably don't actually need Tantrum. Tantrum just kind of becomes superfluous. Okay, so this is looking like a potential gamble brew here. Because we're taking... We're taking quite... Well, okay, so if we played, like, Mental Fortress, Eruption, Empty Fist, we would be taking... 3 23, 22, 25. This is kind of an awful first hand. We would be taking... Why can't I do math right now? 25 minus 33... Well, no, we could turn around. So 32, so 7. We'd be taking 7. 7 to preserve Gamble Brew. But also, next turn doesn't look that great. I think you're forgetting about this one. Yeah. I'm not forgetting about this one. So if we're gambling here, what are we gambling? We're probably gambling everything except for Mental Fortress? Yeah, I would say everything except for Mental Fortress. And maybe Miracle? But certainly these 4. If we gamble 4, what's the worst that we can gamble into? Strike, Bane, Talk, Meditate? And then we'd actually take more than what we currently are, but at least we'd be able to meditate. I mean, taking 7's not awful, right? And I suppose if next turn is bad... Well, because next turn we're only drawing 3, right? We only draw 3 of these cards, so we might have to Gamble Brew anyway. Yeah, let's just do this. I don't want to take damage in this fight if we don't have to. So we can trigger Sundial here if we want to. Which I probably want to. Okay. And we got it now? Oh wait, no we don't. We have to do it like this, I think. Oh no, that does not work. Oh god. Okay, hold on. We're not completely sunk here yet. Okay. But that, yeah, that's not good. So we have to... No, we're fine. Because we can... We might have to use this. Would really suck if we had to use this. Should have just played the establishment. That was a stupid mistake. Yeah, so it's either like take a bunch of damage this turn or use liquid memories. Hopefully that doesn't kill us in the heart fight, I guess. But yeah, stupid mistake. Stupid mistake. Cost us the potion. The chances that it matters in the heart fight are very slim, but still has a chance to matter. Yeah, I mean, we could have taken some amount of damage and saved the potion there. I mean, and like, honestly, that was just a complete mistake. If I had just played the establishment earlier, it would have been fine. I just thought that I could get away without it, which was dumb. The good thing is that with Anchor and Cloak Clasp, it's, like, very hard to die here. Oh, and especially... Oh, wow. Haha. Yes. Floor 55 lesson learned. Thank you. Thank you, yes. That's the rare card that we wanted to see here. Yeah, with the Strawberry as well, I think we're... Even if we get completely awful draw order, we're gonna be completely fine. Yeah, we definitely want... We have Vigilance here. Huh. We can meditate the talk to the hand. Oh, and we meditate the cut. Yeah, okay. We're completely fine. Alright, Talk to the Hand comes down first, of course. Let's just get rid of this now. No, we don't need to do that. Yeah, no problems here. No problems whatsoever. Doesn't really matter what we draw into right now. Yep. And now we're just completely fine. So we can always include Vigilance in here. Because this does technically slowly lose block, but we can always include Vigilance. And that's GG. Yeah, Slay the Relics is up. Looks like Establishment was upgraded after all. Yeah. So you can see, like, the deck is just so consistent that we don't even need potions in the heart fight. And let's just gain a bunch of block. Any reason to discount Vigilance with Meditate? No, not really. We technically don't need any discounts. The Establishment is completely superfluous with the Sundial. But we picked the Establishment before we had the Sundial, so... Pretty easy game from here. Just Watcher things, indeed. Why not get angry to do it quicker? I mean, I don't know. We can, I guess. Like, we can just do this and this and... That should be plenty of block. Just executing, that's all. Just clicking the buttons. Playing these kinds of decks definitely does affect you in so much as it, I don't know, you kind of can potentially get a little bit complacent sometimes, because playing out like the vast majority of combats is just incredibly easy. So, like, you know, making in-combat decisions, like, when it actually matters, it can be potentially difficult to get into that frame of mind, you know? Alright, GG. Learned a lot more from this one than the steamrolls. Yeah, I mean that's what happens when the run isn't like completely won right off the bat. Got enough deck scale? I think so.